Alright, so today we're going to be sorting Magic the Gathering cards. The Flash wasn't on before, but we have a whole bunch of Magic cards we're going to sort through. We're going to see if we really need them. We're going to start with this box. So they were kind of sorted. They were just the older sets or something we didn't exactly get rid of. So revoke existence, exile target artifact or enchantment. So that's pretty... You need to be facing a deck with those kind of cards in it. Jidu's Dragoons, Cat Soldier, Vigilance. When he enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. I'm not too sure. He does have an ability. He is a soldier, so maybe we'll keep him. Well, we'll see what he does. When he enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a plains card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. So he costs 4 mana, but he gives you mana acceleration. But you don't really need mana acceleration. I don't know, we'll keep him. Maybe we'll figure something out. So white has mana acceleration, safe passage, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control this turn. So that'd be alright. It's like a fog for white decks. And then Sunlance. Sunlance deals 3 damage to target non-white creature. So it's like creature removal for white. So it's like a Thunderbolt or whatever. It did 3 damage for 1 mana. Target creature. Yeah, it can only target creatures though. So safe passage, so we got one of those ones. So not sure what we do with them. We're just organizing them over here right now. So we just have white cards. So Cork Talk Arthur, we got him already. So if we already have the card, we're not going to read it again. White main line. I remember using this because we played Masters 2015 or something a little bit for online, just for drafting. Flash, whenever you cast a spell, you could cast the instant. Oh, you could cast this anytime. When he comes into the battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. So you can just combo everything forever. You just keep bringing something to your hand, you cast it, and then you bring him back, and then you cast him again, and then you bring something back to your hand, and you get the ability, and then you just keep on doing things repeatedly. Yeah, like the one you just keep returning all of his creatures to his hand. So for 2 mana, raise the alarm, put 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. So that'd be good for a soldier deck probably. And then the Mistral Charger, a Pegasus for 2 mana, 1/2 with flying. So I don't think there really is any Pegasus decks, is there? So I don't think it'd be good. Second Thoughts for 5 mana, instant exile target attacking creature, draw a card. So it's really expensive. I'm not too sure. Maybe it'd be good. It exiles him. So it'd work against Indestructible, Mistral Charger, Flying. So we already have that one. Elite Vanguard, 1 mana, Human Soldier, 2/1. So he's pretty good then. Yeah, for 1 mana you get a 2/1. Core Hookmaster. When he enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So some more creature control for soldiers. Doesn't control. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you could just keep returning your creature to your hand and then just keep on tapping the creature. So, Mischargers, we got him already. And then the Shelter. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Draw a card. So, God's Willing, it was just Scry 1. Okay, so this one's a little bit more powerful. Costs 1 mana than the card I'm thinking of. Second Thoughts. We have Second Thoughts. Squadron Hawks. You need 4 Squadron Hawks, right? For 2 mana. Bird. When he enters the battlefield, you may search your library for up to 3 cards named Squadron Hawk. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. So, when you play him, you could search your deck for all the other Squadron Hawks, and then all of them come out, and then they're just 1/1 flyers. You could boost them up with equipments and everything, and enchantments. And Benevolent Bodyguard for 1 mana. Sacrifice him. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, so he will save your creatures. So he's really good for 1 mana. Vulcan Guide for 5 mana. Bird Cleric. Flying. When he enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. So he actually seems 100% useless for his cost, right? He's so expensive, and he just gives the creature a temporary boost. Shelter. 1/2 target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Draw a card. Okay, so it's kind of like the Bodyguard, except it allows you to draw a card. Oh, we already have Shelter. Okay, so they're kind of similar. We'll put them together. So for 1 mana, you could play him, or for 2 mana, you could play that, and then you can draw a card as well. So these spells probably better, but then you have a body on the field to protect, but then you're just going to sacrifice him anyways. Or maybe if he blocks and then he sacrifices him, something like that. So we already have you in the Ballynock cohort. Creature, Kithrin Soldier, 3 mana, first strike. He gets a +1/+1 as long as you control another white creature. Kithrin Soldiers, you're always going to have a white creature. So he's basically like a 3/3 soldier with first strike for 3 mana. So that's probably pretty good, especially since there's a soldier decks maybe. Rally the Peasants. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Flashback for 2/3 mana. So that's maybe pretty good. Yeah, if you were doing something, maybe, I don't know, maybe all these cards aren't really worth anything. Raise the Alarm, so we already have Raise the Alarm, right? We did, yes, Mistral Charger. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with all these cards. Oh, Monk Idealist, here's a new one. Human, Monk, Cleric, so he's 3 different types of creatures. When Monk Idealist enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. So when he enters the battlefield, you can get a enchantment from your graveyard. So it's kind of like the Aromancer. Oh, except this one has a human, so it could be a human. Oh, cool. Coalition Honor Guard. Wow, human flag bearer. Well, choosing targets is part of the casting a spell or activating ability. Your opponents must choose at least one flag bearer on the battlefield. Oh, okay, because there's that super ridiculous one for Pauper that everybody uses, so whenever you cast something, it has to go to him. Yeah, okay. Huh. So casting spell ability. Yeah, because whenever you cast like a spell, if you want to target your creature, you cannot. You have to target him. Right? So if you want to buff your creature, you're actually buffing your enemy's creature. So it's just super ridiculous. Monk Idealist, and then Walking Guide. So are these going to be all just doubles or something? Maybe they are. So we're sorting all these. I'm not too sure why. Walking Guide. We're going to have all of the cards sorted. Raise the Alarm. Rally the Peasants, because we sold a whole bunch of cards. We don't need all the cards, but then, yeah, we probably will still sell a whole bunch. We don't really need all these cards. Raven Riftwatcher. Oh, this one was really good. Always good for Pauper decks. Bird, Rebel, Soldier, Flying, Vanishing 3. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When the last one is removed, sacrifice this creature. When Aven Riftwatcher enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, you gain 2 life. So he gives you life. He's only 3 mana, and he's a 2/3 flyer. So he's really good. So he's going to help during those 3 turns anyways. And he's going to give you 4 life as well. Plus, I believe if you use an ability to return him to the battlefield or flash him, he loses those counters. So he could stay on longer. I believe that's the main thing you do with him. When he's about to vanish, you just flash him back out of the battlefield, and then he can stay for more turns, and then, oh, okay, yeah, and then he'll give you more life, too, when you do that. It's the Elite Vanguard, so we did this one. Bodyguards, you have a whole bunch of bodyguards, and then the Walking Guides, so I don't know, we could record scanning all these tubes for magic. Everyone just cares if they're worth anything, and everyone's just looking, they're like, Tyrell, those are just, penny. Commons are only worth a penny. I know they're worth a penny. All together, though, they're worth like $100. All these boxes take up so much space, so you don't need to store all these commons. You just need to keep some of them or do something. Where's the Haven? There it is. So we're looking for them. Raise the Alarm. So I gotta kind of organize all these so we're not looking. Okay, so Pacifism. So anyone, enchant creature can't attack or block. So it's always a good standard enchantment to control the battlefield. And then Second Thoughts. Yes, we got that one. So a lot of these are going to be commons, so they're only good for Pauper commons, right? Seal of Cleansing, 1 enchantment. Sacrifice a Seal of Cleansing, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Yeah, and these cards aren't actually messed up. That's actually how it's supposed to look. There's a border on there. So they're not dirty, it's just the this set had that border on it. Cool. Seal of Cleansing, sacrifice it, destroy, enchantment, huh? So then you could return this back to your hand with those other cards. So that'd be a pretty cool common card. Squadron Hawks, we need more Squadron Hawks. White Mane Lion. Got the Aven Rift Watcher, and then the Core Hookmaster, Humble. Oh, until end of turn, target creature loses all abilities and has base power and toughness 0. So it's like that a blue frog one. Turn 2 frog for blue. Maybe it costs the same mana. Lose all abilities and has base power. So it's exactly the same, except that white has this ability too. So we thought it was just a blue ability, but no, white can do it too. Coalition Honor Guard. So that's just a super sick ability for everything. And it's only a common card. Pacifism. White Mane Lion, Seal of Cleansing. Where did we put those? We're losing everything. We just had a Seal of Cleansings. Where did we put them? Oh, all the way over here. Cool, Elite Vanguard. So we had you. So we're going to have to just reorganize everything. Or, well, we're kind of figuring where everything goes. Monk Idea List. So we're going to have to figure out how to make a deck with these, or something like that. All the commons we have left over. Well, we sold boxes of commons, right? We sold a whole bunch of them. We're like, we were into all these commons. We sold a whole bunch, even from the newer sets and the middle sets and the Shadowmoor. Those are all gone. So now we're going through some older cards. Or is it just a little? Oh, yeah, because I think I sorted them by set kind of, so we didn't organize them by the cards. So from Apocalypse, I think. So Helionaut, Soldier, Flying, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So actually, white has mana gain. Oh, so it's just like a green card. So you don't actually need green to fix mana. You could be white and then use other colors just with this soldier. So it's a flying soldier. Angel Fire Crusader Soldier. Angel Fire gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Then you could boost him forever. So if you're playing a white-red soldier deck, he's probably gonna go in it, right? And then the Gust Cloak Runner Soldier, whenever he becomes blocked, you may untap it and remove it from combat. Oh, okay, so you could attack with him, and then if they don't block him, he's gonna get through anyways, right? So you could untap him and remove him so he will not be destroyed. So he's always there to attack. Okay, and then I imagine he's boosted because everyone has all soldiers get +1/+1. Defensive maneuvers for 4 mana. Creatures of the type of your choice get +0/+4 till end of turn. So probably soldier creatures or something like that. Whatever deck you're running. Die Bomber, Flying, sacrifice him. He deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. So he's a flying soldier. There's a lot of flying soldiers in these earlier sets then. Daunting Defenders. That's the guy that was on the picture of the other card, right? Is that him? Creature Cleric. If a sorcerer deal damage to a cleric you control, prevent 1 of that damage. So that's always on the field. So if you're running a cleric deck, then your clerics would not be damaged. Huh. Unified Strike. Instant. Remove target attacking creature from the game if its power is less than or equal to the number of soldiers in play. Okay, so that's probably good if you have a whole bunch of soldiers on the field. So it's a soldier creature removal. So we'll just make like a soldier pile or something. Human soldier creature vigilance renown 1. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't renowned, put a +1 counter on it. Okay, so he has to deal damage. So he has a vigilance. So he's 2/2 human soldiers. That's probably pretty good for 2 mana. The Acroline Jailer, tap target creature. So there's a better one. It only costs like 1 mana to cast it, and it's only a 1 mana to tap target creature. But maybe they're not soldiers or something. So if we find a better one, we could replace him. So Charging Griffin, 3/4 flying. Whenever a Charging Griffin attacks, it gets +1/+1. So if he's attacking, he'll be a 3/3 flyer. So Griffins, I think they made a Griffin deck, didn't they? And then Divine Verdict, the ultimate removal for white. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Well, I guess the Exile one would be better. It's 1 more mana, and then you can draw a card, right? Instant. So if I was looking for that one, because attacking or blocking, well, second thoughts, I'd rather go with that one, because then you get a card draw. So I don't know if we need Divine Verdict. It's more expensive, but Suppressive Bonds for 4 mana. Enchantment enchant non-land permanent. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So it's like a upgraded pacifism. And it's just its activated abilities can't be activated for an extra 2 mana, so that's probably pretty terrible. Well, I don't know. You'd probably, yeah, for the 4 mana, you'd rather just destroy him or exile him. But then he has to be attacking Acro Jailer. So we had a U already. Found out the U were pretty bad. Heavy infantry for 5 mana, human soldier. When heavy infantry enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls. So another tap card. So we should keep all these control soldier cards together. Eventually we're going to make a whole bunch of sick decks probably. Starwell Tavern, 3 mana, Bird Soldier, Flying, Renown 1. So if he deals combat, put a +1 on him. So he'll be a 2/4 flyer. He starts as a 1/3. So we'd have to compare him to our other soldier flyers. So soon we could make a sick soldier deck so far anyways. Enshrouding Mist. Target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt. If it's renowned, untap it. Okay, so the renown ability that would be dealt to it. Okay, so what I saved your creature gives him +1. If it's renowned, then untap it. So you could use that when he's attacking. And it's only 1 mana. So we're gonna have to look at all of our 1 mana cost things. So I believe we had you. Yes, okay. Knight of Pilgrim's Road. So any other one do you add to the knights? So we don't have too many knights. Knights of Pilgrim's Road. Human Knight Renowned 1. So he's a 3/2. He turns into a 4/3 if he manages to hit the enemy. And then in Yoked Ox, I'm pretty sure he was useless basically. There's a better one. He's just a 0/4. He doesn't do anything unless you put an equipment on him. He'll block everything really. But he's just an ox. Enlightened Aesthetic. 2 mana creature cat monk. When he enters the battlefield, you may destroy target enchantment. 1 mana. So cat monk. I think there's a cat deck. You would destroy enchantments that come onto the field. So pretty soon our field's getting pretty full here, and then we should just make them around like 20 or 30 minutes long. We'll see. Healing Hands. Target player gains 4 life. Draw a card for 3 mana. So that's actually a pretty good life gain card then. It's a sorcery. I don't think you want life gain cards in your deck. I think you want like creatures in your deck. Cleric of the Forward Order. 2 mana. When he enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life for each creature you control named Cleric of the Forward Order. So each one of him on the battlefield, you gain life. He's a human cleric. So there we go. Yes, if he's a creature and you gain life. So when he comes on the first time, you gain 2 life, and then you gain 4 life. Oh, maybe would you gain 8 life? Not sure how it would work, right? When he comes to the battlefield. Oh, when this one comes to the battlefield. Okay. Yeah, so it wouldn't give you 8 life and then 16 life. And then we have this one already. And the heavy infantry, we have you already somewhere. There we go. The jailer, we have you somewhere. There we go. So, I think we already have most of these ones. Oh, Aiden Battle Priest for 6 mana, so he's probably ridiculously powerful. Bird Cleric Flying. When he enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. So he's actually pretty weak then for 6 mana. 3/3 flyer. So I think there's probably better clerics. Cleric of the Forward Order. Okay, so we need 4 of him to make a deck with him and them. Yoked Ox. And then I don't think we need him. Commercials. Usually there's no commercials on here. Okay, that's alright. So, Enshrouding Mist. Instant 1. Target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Prevent all damage that would be out if it's renowned on tap. Oh, so we already have that one. Enshrouding Mist was over here. Celestial Flare. Target player sacrifices an attacking or blocking creature. So it's like that black card, the one that makes them sacrifice a creature. Except they have to be attacking or blocking. Instant. So that's pretty good. Well, target player sacrifices him, and this one destroys it, and the other one exiles him. So they're all instant spells. They're different levels of power for the white scales, I guess. Knight of the Pilgrim's Road, so we read these already. Enshrouding Mist. We have that one. Jailer. So eventually, okay, Mighty Leap, there's a new one. So that's actually really good. Well, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn instant. So probably an enchantment would be better, right? Because they enchant them permanently, but maybe we'd give them less power or something. Aprian Technician for 4 mana. Human Soldier, when he enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. So it's only until end of turn, so he'd have to enter the battlefield a whole bunch of times for him to be useful. Okay, Aramancer, there's one I was talking about. When he enters the battlefield, return enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. So he's exactly the same as that other card. Wherever he is, we're gonna have to put them. Oh, he is the same thing. Okay. So he's a human wizard, and he's a human monk cleric. So the Aramancer would be going the wizard deck, I guess. Yeah, they are exactly the same. They cost the same mana, and they have the same life, everything. They just have different creature types, I guess. Enshrouding Mist. So we had a bunch of those, so we could use Enshrouding Mist for a deck, maybe Burn Jailer, Stalwart Alvin, Grasp of Harrowmans. I think this is a new one. So 2 mana enchant creature gets +1 and has whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. Alright, so that's probably a bit better, right? This one, it just gives you flying. This one, the same cost, it's an enchantment. They could destroy it, but it's more permanent. And whenever he attacks, you can tap target creature. Oh, so if you use that on that other creature that makes the creature tap, it would double tap the enemies. Wow, so that'd be super sick. Stuart Salvin, so already theory crafting tons and tons of crazy decks with all these cards that we have. Heavy infantry. So we're losing where all these cards are. Where do we put you? So the video's slowing down just because we can't find cards anywhere. I don't even know where he is. He's gone. There he is. Sword Alvin. So I know where you are. And then the Tactician, you were over here because we needed a bunch of you. Chrétien's Tactics. Sorcery. Creatures you control get +2/+1 till end of turn. Spell Mastery. If there are 2 or more instant and or sorcery cards in your graveyard, those creatures gain Vigilance. Okay, so they get +2/+1 and Vigilance. Well, Vigilance is optional sometimes, so this will kind of be like that other card. So we should have a section that shows all the boosting cards then, I guess. Charging Griffin. Whenever he attacks, he gets +1. So I think we had Charging Griffin somewhere. So maybe we should cut pretty soon and Organizer. Yeah, we should, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Charging Griffin, I thought we had you already. Enlightened him. Maybe we'll see him. Aramancer was over here by the other enchantment card. Grasp of the Neuromancer. Yeah, that was the enchantment that we had. So we should put all the enchantments and all the creatures together. Everything. So heavy infantry, we know where he is. We know where the jailer is. Suppression bonds. You're over by pacifism. Cleric of the First Order. So we have at least 4 Clerics of the First Order, so we could actually use him. Oh, no, we just have 3 of him. So I believe here's a new card. Tropian Freeblade, 2 mana Human Soldier Vigilance, Renown 1. So 2/2. Do we have him? Not too sure. I don't think we did. If we do think we did and we can't find him, I'm just going to put him down here for now. So the Tactics, spell 1, so we put spells up there, and then you again, and then Mighty Leap. So I think Mighty Leap is probably good for drafting, but it wouldn't be good for making an actual deck with. There's better cards. There's the 4th Cleric of the First Order, so now we have definitely have 4 of them. So now we could gain a whole bunch of life with him, but I guess they have to stay on the battlefield. Even Battle Priest enters, you gain 3 life, so I think it was really expensive for his cost, right? Yeah, so he's somewhere. Even Battle Priest, here he is, 6 mana, so we should kind of organize them by their mana cost too or something. Or if we don't think we could use them for anything, we shouldn't store them, right? If there's different cards, if we don't think we could use them in the deck, maybe sell them as bulk. Healing Hand, target player draws, gains 4 life, draws a card. So I think we already made a whole bunch of white decks online, and made a whole bunch of white decks and blue decks and everything. And all the add life cards there don't really do too much. You need more creatures than those. Suppression bonds. Where'd this one go? There it is. Cleric the First Order, so now be able to make multiple decks with him pretty soon. Crossbow Infantry, so a soldier deals 1 damage to attacking or blocking creature. So he's always on the field. So if you have a whole bunch of him, if they attack with creatures, you could just destroy them without having to fight them. So that's probably pretty good. Disenchant, destroy target artifact or enchantment. So disenchant's been reprinted millions of times, I believe. Okay, another one. So prevent all damage that would be dealt to enchanted creature. Oh wow, that's ridiculous. That would be enchanted, and it's just a common inviolability. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to enchanted creature. So it makes him immune to damage. That's just crazy. Then the Revered Elder, 2/3 creature cleric. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to him. Okay, so you have to keep spending mana to protect him. He's a cleric. I don't know. Are we going to be able to make a cleric deck? Clerics, they don't seem too powerful, but maybe they are. Spellshaper. Discard a card from your hand. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. So he could always destroy target artifacts and enchantments. So he's a spell shaper, so he's not really any class that people would use. Churn Peddler, Spell Shaper, discard a card from your hand. The next time a sorcery of your choice would deal damage to target creature this turn, prevent that damage. Okay, so you discard a card to save a creature. Cool. A bunch of a discard. You don't want to be discarding cards. Devout Witness, discard a card from your hand, destroy artifacts. So is that the one we just, yeah, him, Task Force, Rebel. Whenever he becomes the target of a spell or ability, he gets +0/+3. So whenever you boost him, he'll get boosted further. Okay, so if you enchant him, he'll also get +0/+3 until end of turn. So you can't really do any offensive things like that, but you could definitely play defensively. So Task Force was up here, so we have a whole bunch of him. Fresh Volunteers, Rebel, 2/2 for 2 mana, so he doesn't do anything, so he's probably not worth anything. Right, he doesn't have any ability on him, he's just a Rebel with a 2/2 Crossbow Infantry, so we already got you somewhere. And then the Rosium Sergeant, cool. Search your library for a Rebel card with converted mana 2 or less, then put it into play, then shuffle. Okay, so that's really good. So you pay a 3 mana to summon a creature. Mana costs 2. You search your deck for it. So you don't have to have them in your hand. So Rebel deck might be pretty crazy if you find a bunch. Flying protection from black. So if you're fighting a black deck, you could put him in there, and then black wouldn't even be able to do anything. So there's the Charm Peddler. So there we go. We went through a whole bunch of those. Maybe we have 2 minutes left. Don't really have too many more. The Emiya Seekers, Kithing Rebel. He can't be blocked except by artifact creatures or white creatures. So he'd be unblockable against everything except for artifacts and his color. And the Healer, 3 mana. Deals 1 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. So he has 2 different abilities. Oh, so he could deal damage or he could prevent damage. So he's a human cleric archer, so he could heal and deal. Wow, so he's better than the crossbowman. It requires 2 mana. He's 3 mana, so maybe he's the better archer. Discard a card, put 2 1/1 right citizen tokens into play. So you discard a card, and then he creates 2 citizen creatures. So you'd want to create a soldier creatures, wouldn't you? Errant Doomsayers, tap target creature with toughness 2 or less. So they have to have toughness 2 or less, so he's probably not that good. Well, you don't have to pay any mana to do it. As long as he is untapped, he gets +0/+2. Then the Healer, we've seen the Healer already. And then Fortify, choose 1. Creatures you control get +2/+0, or creatures get +0/+2 for 3 mana. So you can just spend that other card where you just get +2/+2 for the same amount of mana or less mana. Yeah, so this would be outdated. That card's not useful. Riot Control, you gain 1 life for each creature your opponent controls. Prevent all damage that would be dealt. So that's really good. That's like a fog, but you also gain life. Steeple Rock, 5 mana, Flying First Strike Bird, 5 mana, 3/1. So he's not that great in the grand scheme of things. Then we'll just try to make them 30 minutes. We'll look at Charlie Jordan. Well, no, we won't. So we sorted all these cards. We got a whole bunch of white cards to look at. So we make a crazy white decks, probably. Got a whole bunch of soldiers here.